So once again, down here, it shows up as TUSD, right? So you're going to go ahead and click on that. It's going to populate other cryptocurrencies. We like Ethereum because that's the best case scenario. It moves quicker through the blockchain. And then once again, it's going to create the amount of Ethereum and then the long address at the bottom. And the same thing applies for those people who have an external wallet. They can scan their QR code or they can copy and paste the 0.05045 into their external wallet and then copy and paste the long address. That's where the funds are going to, and then hit send. And it then will automatically add funds to your digital wallet, and you'll be able to see the available balance in your co-op wallet after it goes through confirmations. Okay. So here are some of the most resourceful options to fund your co-op wallet, people. And I want you guys to understand this. It's extremely nuanced. The blockchain, and the other thing is this. When we're talking about going from fiat currency into the cryptocurrency space, you need to understand in a centralized environment, it's not like they're happy to see people getting into a decentralized environment. So it's not as straightforward all the time. We wish there was a one size fits all that everybody can do. It would truly streamline this process, but unfortunately it's not. So based on our experience, what we've done is we've basically corralled the most resourceful options for each and every one of you to fund your co-op wallets. We understand that there's people in different parts of the planet right now, in different countries and time zones. So it may be different for you, but these are the ones that we found here. So A is external wallets and hard wallets. Crypto.com appears to be a very, very powerful. We have one of our leaders, Ms. Nicole Jackson, put together a very, very powerful video that talks about the nuances up front that you have to do at crypto.com to make sure there's no shortage when funding your wallet. But the reason why we like that is because you're able to go through verification quicker and basically able to fund your co-op wallet extremely fast rather than going through like Coinbase where there may be a 3 to 2 week verification process, slowing down people's process of getting enrolled in Coop5050. So crypto.com is powerful, but it has its limitations. One of the limitations is the fact that in some places it's not allowed, like in New York, in the state of New York, here in the United States of America, they don't allow crypto.com. Okay. So there's Coinbase, there's Trust, there's Binance, there's Clever. YouTube is an incredible resource for you to vet the kind of external wallet that would make sense for you. Okay. B, coinflip.tech. This is what I used in the very beginning when I got started out in the field, building the business. And that is where you're able to use a debit card to purchase Ethereum. All right. Now, keep in mind, the fees are a little bit higher because you have the convenience of speed in terms of funding your wallet. The other thing is that sometimes it doesn't go through. You can be declined, and there's no real rhyme or reason behind that. I'm just letting you guys know. Sometimes it could be that you have to call your bank to push it through because of fraud protection or whatever the case may be. But I'm giving you options. And if you guys notice, I said resourceful, because as an entrepreneur, there's no entitlement here. It's about you figuring out ways to circumvent any obstacles to get on the other side of this. This is the biggest challenge for getting involved in Coop5050 right here. Once you get your wallet funded, it is smooth sailing from here. But coinflip.tech is a good way for you, for those people who do not have external wallets and you want to go ahead and get your 50/50 wallet funded, you can use a debit card to purchase Ethereum. C, tokens. These are co-op tokens. Now, these are for new members whose inviter can purchase tokens for them. So what ends up happening in this scenario, as a new member, you're going to simply Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, wherever you are in around the world. It may be different from you. Whatever is equivalent to PayPal, Zelle, and Cash App here in the States, you would do the exact same thing to the inviter who's going to provide the tokens for you. Okay, very, very important. D, member to member transfer. If you notice here, only is in red because only for members who have graduated to all 8 donation levels want to fund a new members co-op wallet. The reason why we're saying this is that if you're not on all 8 donation levels, we don't want you taking away from your available balance the funds that's going to be used to help you graduate or matriculate a lot quicker up all 8 donation levels, because you want to get there quick. Because once you do that, that's where that procession that I talked about earlier takes place. That's when you're able to start withdrawing thousands of dollars because you're duplicating a process of process and procession to get to all 8 donation levels. So this is for members who've already done that. They've got several $1,000s in their available balance. And this is what they'll simply do. As a new member, you would Cash App, Zelle, PayPal, or anything equivalent in other parts of the world, and then provide their donor key. You're going to provide the donor key, or that new member will provide their donor key to the inviter who's going to perform the member-to-member transfer. Now, the best way to do this, team, is this. When you're signing up and enrolling a new person, take them all the way through the process, and then they're going to have that invoice amount based on Ethereum. They're going to Cash App, Zelle, PayPal you, or the equivalent, depending on where you're at in the world, that amount from that invoice to you, okay? Then the person, the member that's already involved, they'll purchase the tokens, and or the member-to-member transfer will be done in accordance to that. So these are the most resourceful options to funding your co-op wallet invoices, okay? Now, so we talked about bookmarking your Coop5050 website link. We've talked now about how to properly enroll a member and learn how to add funds to your wallet. Now let's talk about behaving your way into a new reality. In other words, you have to stay plugged in to stay turned on. Now, we have corporate overviews every Tuesday and Thursday at 2:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. This is a way for you to invite so that we can ignite. We have powerful testimonies. It is the quickest and simplest way for you to get your donations going through the roof. You don't have to do the selling and telling and explaining. Allow the experts to do it on your behalf. The other thing is this: when we talk about behavior, even if you don't have guests, you want to bring your presence, you want to bring your energy to the table, okay? We need full participation here. Rising tide raises all ships. So if you want to behave your way into a new reality, it blows me away when people say, you know what, I want my income to grow, but I don't want to grow. It just doesn't work that way. There is no such thing as entitlement. Nobody owes you anything. We're doing the best of our ability to provide the culture and the infrastructure to ensure your success, but you have to participate in your own rescue, okay? And so to the degree of your personal growth and self-development is going to determine the amount of donations that you're going to receive. And I'm not telling you what I think, I'm telling you what I know. When you look at the most successful people in any business, they've paid their dues, sweat equity, pain, okay, in order to get to where they're at. And so the sooner you can understand that you have to pay full retail at the counter of success. There is no layaway program. So you have to stay plugged in, and you have to behave in a manner of someone that is looking to receive hundreds of thousands and if not millions of dollars in donations. So plug in. We have corporate training every Saturday at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time as well. You're on it right now, getting started training. It's very, very important that you plug into this so that you can learn and then teach to teach. And then once you have this in place and you created a culture of duplication, watch what will happen to your donations. So for the corporate overview calls and corporate training, you want to make sure you check your emails for the corporate Zoom link, because every few weeks that's going to change, okay? Because we have a webinar setting here. As much as we would love to have a consistent link, that's not going to be the case. So it's up to you to check your email, and make sure you get the appropriate link to plug into that, okay? Now, we've talked about bookmarking. We've talked about how to learn how to properly enroll a member and learn how to add funds to your wallet. We talked about how to behave your way into a new reality, the personal growth and self-development, staying plugged in and stay turned on. Now we're going to talk about step number 4, and that's getting busy with it, as David Rosen likes to say, okay? So let's talk about that here real quickly, all right? Your success in Coop5050 crowdfunding is going to be in direct proportion to 3 things, okay? Number 1, the number of people that you contact. This is not a recruitment gig. So this is not like network marketing or anything like that, where you have to try to convince somebody if this works. We're talking about something that is so straightforward. We're talking about something that is as clear as water. We're talking about the fact that we all know we're moving to a cashless society. We all know that cryptocurrency has been the top performing asset, bar none, over the last decade plus, okay? And the fact that, people are in need of more money than they have right now. So we don't have to convince anyone of anything. We just have to bless them with enough belief to put them in front of the information. But you have to be consistent with that.